All right, welcome everyone to the AU Awards 2021. Hello to students, family, coaches, 21 Club, whoever else might be watching. Make sure you're sharing this on your Instagrams, Twitter, Facebook, any pictures of you guys watching and celebrating together. Remind all your club members to tune in, share the link. There's lots of AU members out there who should be tuning in, so yeah, make sure that you shared it with your club members. Thank you to everyone who nominated for an award this year. We had a huge number of applications come in. They were all really impressive. It was great to read into them and see how much everyone's achieved this year despite the circumstances. So I'll just pass over to John to go through the agenda for this evening.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming along to the awards tonight. This is our running order really for this evening. We'll be working through our colours and our 21 Club nominations for 2021. Then we'll get on to our main awards before we round up for the evening.
So my name's Fran. I am your sports sab. I've probably met most of you before. But yeah, if I haven't met you before, then hi.
Hi, and I'm John Cantor. I'm the Performance Sport Officer. I won't have met too many of you, but for those that I have, it's been a pleasure to see the work that you've done during the year that we've had, as well as the recent return to campus for sport at the Armitage. And we'll start tonight by just saying thank you. It's been a year like no other. We're more familiar now with things like risk assessments, return to play documents than we've ever had to be before. And as the country starts to reopen after lockdown, it has been great to see a number of you back on campus playing sport and enjoying yourselves together. There's no doubt that we'll be back stronger next year. So thank you for everything you've done. Our unique Manchester spirit will definitely put us in a great position going into next season. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, and thanks from me as well for all your hard work since I began in position. So yeah, just to look back on this year, really, the 2020-2021 season, despite everything that's happened, there's still been a number of things that we can celebrate. Our LGBT plus History Month campaign was a huge success. We had great engagement from all the clubs and it had a really big impact. So thank you to everyone who got involved with that. We also celebrated International Women's Day and our This Girl Can campaign, which lasted for about 2 months on our Instagram. We spoke to some of our women's teams and our scholars about their experiences in sport and also how we can support each other moving forward. So thanks to everyone who got involved with that. We also saw the launch of our new Nike store. So we secured a new deal with them, which is really exciting. And we've got loads of Manchester Nike kit available on our online store now. So if you haven't got any already, then go and take a look at that. A huge amount of charity fundraising has happened this year by all the clubs, which has been amazing. But I'll speak more about that later. We also wanted to say a special mention to Rosie Bancroft and James Plowright, who have now left UOM Sport, but they put in a huge amount of work during their time here. So if they're watching, then thank you very much. And lastly, there have been lots and lots of risk assessments. So thank you to everyone for your patience and your perseverance with this. We're just going to show a short video now that from our This Girl Can campaign, which celebrated our women's base teams. hopefully that's just a little taste of what's to come. Fingers crossed for next year we can have some more activity like that. So thank you to everyone who got involved in that campaign.
So our first set of awards are the single stripe colours. We can't run the scale of our university programme without you guys volunteering your time and your energy on the ground level. And we're really grateful to you for the fantastic work that you do. Single stripe colours are awarded to committee members who've logged more than 20 hours on our sport volunteers scheme. And I've joined the short straw, so I'm going to try and work through all of these names just to say thank you personally. Firstly, Charlotte Moffat, Isabel Bruton, Alexandra Godley, and James Crover, thank you. Maria Springle, Dear Pablo, Joe Jen, Daniel Vardy, Jimeno, and Georgia Dale, thank you. Karen Crawford, Stan Schofield, Julia Lee, Mary Sharples, and Chi Chin Now, thank you to you. Alexa Bernal, Madeleine, Molly Harrison, Ashley Lingham, Vera Jenkoff, Jessica Morris, and Lucy Wenger. Maisie Januska, Adam Zeman, Nora Dolshell, Stella Malloy, Eleanor Arnold, and Maisie Cam, thank you. Maeve Austin, Christopher Bowden, Francesca Gerety, Robert Aubrey, and Ben Thomas, thank you. Chloe Irvine, Matilda Dixon, Clara Mogutin, Pablo Sierra Sanchez, Jason Chu, James Bannister, Victoria, Hala Brinova, and Kiriko Ogawa. Thank you to all of you for logging your hours, and congratulations.
So moving on to our double stripe colours. These are for committee members who have logged over 40 committee hours on Sports Volunteer Scheme. So thank you all for giving your time, and congratulations for achieving this award. This is for Lucy, Kin, Mitchell, Connor, Dorcas, thank you very much. Krishna, Elliot, Abby, Maisie, Griffith, Rosie, Ewan, James, and Thera, thank you very much. Robbie, Julie, Tom, and Lily, Daniel, Andrew, Finley, Megan, Hamish, and Sam, thank you for all your time and effort. And finally, Philip, Thomas, Adrian, and Izzy, thank you very much.
Lastly, our top award, which is our triple stripe colours, and these are awarded to people who have logged over 80 hours of committee on the volunteer scheme. So Elise Skelding, Jang Belch, Maria Haynes, T. Robinson, Susanna Cardoso, thank you and congratulations. Fraser Cowie, Caitlin Hairstein, Harry Bella Koob, thank you and congratulations to you. Connor Sherry, Simona Stoicheva, Beth Alum, Ginny Lau, Saul Bunyan, Amelia Gajna, Ethan Kennedy, and lastly Simone Hardy. Thank you to all of you and congratulations.
So our next award this evening is for our half performance colours. This is awarded to students who've been selected for English universities, who have finished top 8 in a BUCS individual event or an alternative achievement. So this is a performance award. This year we only have one winner of this award, Faye Brennan. So congratulations, Faye, from judo. Faye came in the top 8 at her BUCS individual competition in 2019. So congratulations to Faye.
Our full performance colours are awarded to individuals who've been selected at the senior level or under 21 international level. Also awarded for those who've represented the GB universities or finished in a top 4 at a BUCS individual event or reached the semi-final of the BUCS team championships. This year, we're delighted to award Saul Bunyan from judo full performance colours. Saul achieved BUCS silver in the 2019 event. Congratulations to you, Saul.
So the next thing we're going to announce now is kind of related to these committee service hours and also those performance awards. we have our 21 club elections. So the 21 club, for those who don't know, this is an elite and exclusive club of alumni from Manchester, University of Manchester, who have put in either a huge number of service hours on the committee, volunteering for their club, or if they've been excelled amazingly in performance. So we do usually it's 21 nominations for service and 21 nominations for performance. This year is slightly different because, as you can imagine, there hasn't been the opportunity for club members to compete much. So there's only been one nomination for performance, but we have been able to recognise the huge amount of service hours that people have put in. So congratulations to all those who've been elected for the 21 for their service hours. This goes to Elise, Jang, Maria, T, Susanna, Fraser, Caitlin, Harry, Darius, Connor, Simona, Beth, Ginny, Amelia, Ethan, Simone, Lucy, Kin, Chloe, Connor, Dorcas and Mary. I'd just like to say a personal thank you to all these people as well. I have been really impressed with all the hard work that they've put in this year since I started in January, and it's made my job so much easier having people like this to really help me with everything that goes on behind the scenes. So the one person that we've managed to nominate for performance is Saul, so congratulations for that. I'll be in touch with all of these individuals soon to put you in contact with the 21 Club. But just a huge congratulations from me. This is a really prestigious club to be part of, and I hope that you enjoy it. So I'd just like to speak about our charity fundraising that we've achieved this year as with all of the AU clubs. I think the amount of money that we've raised just shows the importance that our clubs play in the community. And there's been an amazing amount of work done for such a large number of charities this year. So we've raised over £25,000 this year for a variety of charities. The actual total is likely a lot higher than that. And I know that there's still more fundraising on the go with the Purple Wave coming up. So a huge well done to all the clubs for all the hard work that they've put in to raise money this year. There's still been a massive amount of engagement despite COVID. So thank you to everyone who has been getting involved and still been putting in the time and effort to help those charities.
Great. And so to our awards. Our first award was hotly contested, much like every other. Our first award is for the campaign of the year. Now, we know all our clubs have charities and causes that are dear to them, and we are absolutely blown away by the scale of what's delivered by your clubs in looking to support campaigns or charities that are close to your hearts. Our first award is to a club that's invested a large amount of resource into a major campaign. Three in particular stood out to us as we were working through nominations, and these were men's football, volleyball, and basketball. I'm delighted to announce that our first winner this year is men's football for their Show Racism the Red Card campaign. The club has been very vocal throughout the year for the campaign. They've raised awareness and money for the cause. Additionally to this, they've consistently campaigned for the Black Lives Matter movement and have had an impact well beyond sport and student groups, as well as the community. Congratulations to men's football. Well done on the award.
So our next award this evening is the Social Media Award. This is awarded to the club that's demonstrated a great social media presence throughout the season, engaging with UOM Sport regularly, and having a lot of engagement from their own members, and just having an impressive social media. So all these clubs that have been shortlisted have significantly increased their followers or their engagements. I was really impressed with the quality of the applications and the evidence that they came with. They were really enjoyable to read. When I was looking through their social medias, I was really impressed with the graphics that they'd used, the regular posting, the excellent engagement with our campaigns, and just their social media presence in general, and the impact that it's had on their members and their engagement throughout lockdown. So so the shortlist for these awards are netball, volleyball, and basketball. And I'm delighted to announce the winner, which is volleyball. So congratulations to volleyball. All the clubs that were shortlisted were amazing, but it really came down to the quality of the posts and the strong brand that volleyball have created, the welcoming atmosphere that they portrayed to students. I was especially really impressed with their LGBT plus history campaign, and also their Secret Valentine campaign, because I thought they were really innovative and different ways to engage their club members. They were great ways to boost morale amongst members and keep the engagement throughout lockdown. If you haven't already had a look at their Instagram and their social medias, I'd really encourage you, especially their, as I've mentioned before, their LGBT History Month campaign was really interesting, really insightful. And I was personally really impressed and quite envious I hadn't come up with it myself. So congratulations to volleyball on winning this award.
Our next award is the Innovation Award. This is awarded to a club who, in particular, has adapted well to the challenges of the last 12 months, from keeping members engaged with sport and exercise and activities to a wide range of other topics that are there for their members to take part in. The shortlist this year is for judo, volleyball, and basketball. And all three in particular showcased some amazing things that they've done this year with all the constraints and challenges that have been thrown at us. I'm delighted to say that the winner is basketball. Basketball's sheer volume of activity that they've done this year showcases an unbelievable amount of dedication to keep their members engaged and active through this year that we've had. It's clear to see from just the amount of work that's gone into making things, making great activities for their group, from physical activity to mentally stimulating activities. There's a huge plethora of activities and time that's been dedicated to making their community really strong. It's no doubt there'll be a lasting impact on their members, and no doubt a number of the things that they've done this year they can continue with this hopefully once all the COVID restrictions go. In particular, my highlight from what I've seen was the trick shot competition that they're currently running, as well as some of their alumni engagement activities that they did earlier this year and last year. Congratulations, basketball, really worthy winner.
So the next award that we're going to move on to is another new award for this year. This is the Virtual Event of the Year award. So this is awarded to a club that's adapted well throughout this year from a social and events perspective. So whether they've been able to engage their members through virtual socials or workshops, just an imaginative and successful event that they've managed to run virtually. The shortlists for this year are volleyball, swimming, and basketball. All of these clubs ran some really great events throughout the year. They were really innovative and well engaged with. I was really impressed with the amount of different activities that people were coming up with and different ways to host an event without being able to see each other face to face. And the applications were all really impressive to read. So the winner for the virtual event of the year is swimming. So swimming ran a campaign called Road to Tokyo. This was a challenge that they set to run, cycle, or walk the distance from Manchester to Tokyo, which is over 9,000 kilometres. They ran this event over 7 weeks, and it engaged anyone from their freshers, returning members, alumni, and even external members got involved with this. I was really impressed with the level of engagement that was kept up for the whole 7 week. They really managed to keep the momentum all the way throughout by challenging people involved to get involved with mini challenges throughout. So things like running with a partner, running the most exotic route they could, and other things like that. As well as this, in doing the virtual event, they also raised over £1,200 for self-help services. So yeah, I was just really impressed with the level of engagement and the length of time that this event lasted. So congratulations to swimming. I'd just like to take a moment here to acknowledge the amount of work that all the clubs have put in from a health and wellbeing perspective this year. There's been an incredible push amongst clubs to support the mental health and well-being of its members during the global pandemic. We did have a health and wellbeing officer award earmarked, but I couldn't award this to one club in particular, as I felt it was quite restrictive of all the hard work that the clubs have done this year. And there's just been such an amazing push from every club to support their members throughout lockdown and throughout a really hard time. And I just think it's amazing to see all the clubs come together to really make sure that everyone's welfare has been kept up throughout the pandemic. I'd like to pick out a few things that really took my interest. So Welfare Wednesdays was one of the campaigns that I thought was really interesting. There was an Active 10 campaign, which was run by basketball, a speed friending campaign, and lots of other mental health campaigns that were ran. We also had our own Student Mental Health Day campaign, which was fronted by Chloe, which looked into the different struggles that elite athletes have had in the past and the advice that they've given. So yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge all the work that you've all put in this year, so thank you. So the next award that we're moving on to is the Most Charitable Club Award. This is one that we run every year. This year we're awarding it to 3 clubs who have invested large amounts of resource and fundraising into different charities. So there were loads of applications for this award. I was really impressed with them. And as I've already mentioned, we've raised such a huge amount of money this year for charity, which is amazing. So the shortlist that we decided on was women's football, men's rugby, and cycling. So in 3rd place, we have cycling, who have raised £1,990 for Maggie's. Maggie's is a charity that provide free, practical, emotional, and social support to people with cancer and also their family and friends. So this year, cycling have done a number of different events, all raising money for Maggie's, including a 24-hour cycle, a 100-mile cycle from Liverpool to Manchester, and also a 1,200-kilometre bike ride. The amount of work they've put in to raise money for this charity is really amazing, and the amount of dedication from their members has been really impressive. So congratulations to cycling for coming 3rd this year.
In 2nd place this year, we have awarded women's football. And women's football raised £2,600 for various charities, and a couple of their key highlights were raising money for the Pankhurst Trust as part of Reclaim the Night, which was originally a march that was cancelled, sadly, along Oxford Road, but the members themselves have covered the distance and donated to the cause on the work done with the Pankhurst Trust. A second key highlight was alongside men's football, doing the Show Racism the Red Card campaign. As part of that, the girls did the Tour de Prem, which was covering the distance between all 20 Premier League football grounds. The team did that during the lockdown period, but really put a huge effort into doing that. So well done to women's football on raising.
So to announce our winner this year, I was incredibly impressed with this application. I genuinely couldn't believe how much money they'd raised. So in first place, it is Men's Rugby Union. They raised nearly £7,000 for various charities this year and had a huge amount of engagement from their members. So the first thing that they did was the Continental Challenge. Nearly about 100 members from Men's Rugby Union got involved to cover over 3,000 miles in aid of Manchester Royal Infirmary. And in doing so, they raised nearly £3,000, which would have gone such a long way. The second thing that they did was their Movember campaign. So about 80 of their members got involved to raise money for the Movember charity, which supports mental health, suicide prevention, prostate and testicular cancer and issues surrounding these things. In this campaign that they did, with a target of £2,500, they actually went on to raise over £4,000, which is just incredible. So congratulations to Men's Rugby Union for the huge amount of work they've put in this year and the huge amount of money that they've managed to raise. So the next award we are doing this evening is the Club Committee Member of the Year. So this is awarded to a club official who's excelled in leading many aspects of club admin, of any other aspect of their role, like socials or health and wellbeing, and had good engagement with the Athletic Union throughout the year. So our shortlist this year is Max Swan from men's football, Kin Lung from canoe, Jack Andrews from cycling, and Maria Haynes from basketball. Before I announce the winner, I just want to say a huge congratulations to all those who even applied. Again, it was really hard to come up with a shortlist because all the hard work that everyone has put in. I'm just going to give a brief overview of each of our shortlisters. So Max Swan from football has shown great dedication and leadership throughout his time at the club. And something that really stood out for me is how welcome he's made all the members feel, new members and old members, and just how well he's kept the club together throughout this year. Kin Lung from canoe has organised a huge number of socials for the club and kept the club connected and engaged throughout lockdown. He's also re-established connections with other university canoe clubs such as Sheffield and Liverpool, and has started an ongoing relationship with these universities, which is really impressive. Jack has been responsible for organising the many events that I've already spoken about for cycling to raise money for Maggie's, including the 24-hour bike ride and the 1,200-kilometre cycle, and many more. And he's contributed massively to a really successful year for cycling, despite the circumstances. And Maria has contributed massively to basketball this year, organising campaigns and keeping members connected. She helped set up their Female Friday campaign, which I've personally been really impressed with, and has gone a long way in empowering not only basketball's female athletes, but also female athletes from a number of other AU clubs as well. But unfortunately, we can only have one winner. So this year, I'm delighted to announce that Kin Lung from canoe is our committee member of the year. So congratulations to Kin. I thought that what really stood out for me was his dedication to organising a lot of socials for Canoe that were really innovative, really interesting ideas, and has been really successful in keeping their members connected to one another. And also the connections that he's made with other universities. I think that's really a really positive thing for Canoe, and will help them going forward. So congratulations to Kin.
Our next award is for the club captain of the year. Now, the club captain has a real big leadership role for their club, and they take on a lot of the administration to help the team. The individuals on our shortlist have all been excellent, and they've contributed to their club and their development of the club, and hopefully have left some really long-lasting impacts on the club structure and organisation. Our shortlist: Brian from men's football, Dorcas Chung from volleyball, Sophie G from water polo, and Ginny Lau from basketball. I'm delighted to share that our winner this year is Ginny Lau from basketball. I've seen firsthand the leadership and the effort that's gone into running the club and being club captain this year. There's been an outstanding level of planning and the work gone into the club. The challenges and the constraints of COVID have not stood in the way of Ginny Lau's leadership, and there's a strong sense of community throughout the basketball club. We've already highlighted a number of the initiatives that have gone on through this year, and really proud to award this to Ginny Lau. Congratulations for all your work.
Congratulations, Ginny. I'd just like to say a personal thank you as well to all those club captains that I've been speaking with this year since I started in January. You've made my job a lot easier, so thank you very much, and congratulations to Ginny. So the next award we're moving on to this evening is our Sportswoman of the Year. This is awarded to the most outstanding individual female performer from any club over the course of the season. So I'll pass over to John to announce our winner.
Thanks, Brian. In my role, I'm fortunate really to coordinate with a lot of our scholarship athletes, and in particular we've had a number that have performed despite all the challenges this year. I'll list just a couple really before we go into the actual winner. So Lois Pearson has progressed through the Manchester Thunder netball sector, going right through to play her first team games this season in the Netball Super League. Grace Harvey has recently swum at the British trials for the Paralympic Games, and she swam inside the consideration time, will hopefully go into the Tokyo Games later this year. Amy Pratt has just recently had her altitude training camp over in America and has been back on the track competing. Again, we'll be hopeful of dipping inside the steeplechase qualifying time to go to the Games later this year. But our winner this year for the Sportswoman of the Year is Amy Carter from netball. Amy travelled to New Zealand with the England Roses, the senior side for England netball, for a 3-test series against the world champions back in the autumn time of last year. Amy played in 2 of the 3 games against the Silver Ferns, and has become a main player for Manchester Thunder netball as they progress through this season. Amy's achievements really are at the top of sport, and we're really excited to award her with Sportswoman of the Year. Congratulations, Amy.
Congratulations to Amy. So moving on now to our Sportsman of the Year. This is awarded to the most outstanding individual male performer from any club over the course of the season.
Our Sportsman of the Year award, as Fran says, goes to someone who's been performing at the very top level of sport. And this year, we are awarding it to Gus Waugh from Rugby Union. Gus has continued his progress with Sale Sharks this year, and has recently gone out on loan to Doncaster and been starting at number 9 for the team. Gus has been performing brilliantly since in his move, and we look forward to seeing how his progress back with Sharks again soon. Well done, Fergus.
Congratulations. So the final award that we'll be looking at this evening is the Lasky Cup. This is an award that's presented to a member of the Athletic Union Exec Committee, someone who's gone above and beyond their role and just really impressed us as someone who's worked really hard to help the AU do what we do. Our shortlist there, you can see, is quite long. This is each member of the AU Exec. So thank you, all of you, for the work that you've put in this year. And it's been great to meet you and work with you. The winner of this award this year is Toby Bartram, our marketing exec. I've been really, really grateful of the work that Toby's put in since I began in January. Not only has he been really helpful with his marketing role, but he's also been really helpful with offering any advice from a student's perspective, from an ex-club captain's perspective. He's been really helpful in many different ways. A few things that have really impressed me was his running of our Step Up and Lead campaign back in February. So a lot of that was really down to Toby and the work that he did in collecting resources for the different posts that we did, and really running and spearheading a really successful campaign on our social media. He's also helped behind the scenes with coaching certificates and even with preparations for this AU Awards evening. So thank you very much to Toby. I'd also like to give a special mention to Chloe Irvine, who's also worked really hard this semester with me in fronting our different mental health campaigns. She's given me loads of new ideas and has helped with the mental health and wellbeing survey. So I'd like to say a personal thank you to Chloe as well. So that brings us to the end of our AU Awards. Thank you everyone for watching, and congratulations to all our winners. I don't know if John has any more words.
I know that we're looking forward to seeing you all back on campus and having the return of sport. There's no doubt our unique Manchester spirit and to overcome challenges will support us on the pitch, on the court, or in the pool. So we look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next year when hopefully we can have the awards in person. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.
Good night.